Hello everybody, this is Cap here with the 17th video in my Beginner C++ tutorial series. So in this video we are going to be talking about header files. But first we're going to kind of go through the progression of how we can improve our code organization here. So I'm going to start by making a few functions. Function 1. And we'll just say this came from function 1. Okay. Function 2. Came from function 2. Alright, so if you guys can remember from way back, for these to work in main, we have to create prototypes for them up here. So we're going to say void function 1, void function 2. So now, if we call function 1 and function 2 in main, save it, run it, it works. Prints out this came from function 1 and this came from function 2. These are also referred to as forward declarations, just so you guys know. So how can we improve upon this? Well, what we can do is come over to Solution Explorer. I know you guys can't see this, but all you do is click on this little Solution Explorer tab thing over here, find your project name, right click it, go down to the Add option and say New Item, and it'll bring up this window here, and we want a .cpp file for now, and we're going to name it test. Alright, so we have a brand new CPP file, and the first thing we need to include is stdafx.h. And the next thing we're going to include is iostream, and then using namespace std. So what we can do with our function definitions is cut them from here and then paste them into here. Save it, and it still works. So now we've cleaned up this file considerably, but we can do even more by getting rid of these and putting them in a header file. So we're going to come back over to Solution Explorer, right click the name of our project, go back to Add, New Item, except this time we're going to pick a header file and also name it test. So here we are going to copy our forward declarations / prototypes and paste them, or cut them and paste them into our header file. Save it and save it. So now what we do is we include test.h. Save it, run it, and it works. So what the include here is a preprocessor directive. And what it does is it basically takes these from this file, copies them, and puts them in here before the compiler compiles the code. And that's what preprocessor directives do. They are processed by the preprocessor before the compiler compiles the code. So they're very, very useful, which we'll see here in a minute, and you can use them for numerous things. So that is what header files do, guys. Very, very useful. And, you know, we've been using the include for a while up here for our header files. And what we're going to do now is open up a new project, or not a new project, but rather the one we usually work with, which is our first project, which has our car class. So you can also put classes in header files, header and .cpp files. So go over to Solution Explorer, right click on first project, add, but this time go down to class. And this window will pop up. We want class. Don't put a name in it yet. Go down, here, scoot it up. Go down, click add. And we want our class name to be car. So see, it automatically creates a header file and a .cpp file. The car already exists. Yeah, I know it already exists. Okay, guys, so let's just change it to vehicle, because I will be actually doing something else with this class here in the next few videos. So we'll change it to vehicle. Oop, here, you need to go over this one. So what we're going to do is copy this code, or cut it rather, and put it down into here. My goodness. So as you can see, it's throwing a little bit of a fit because we got some, haven't included some stuff. And plus that's not correct here. So we can just copy this, or cut it, sorry. Cut it, put it up here, get rid of that, include IOStream, using namespace std. Alright. And then what we have to do here is get our declarations into our header file. So here we can just, oh, did I leave set miles behind? Sorry, set miles. There you go. Okay. So we need to add in our parameters here. Need int year in. Oh. String, and it's going to throw a fit about this too, because I haven't imported string yet. Oh, no, maybe it'll just get along with it for now. int miles in. Alrighty, I'm just going to come up here and include string. And it's complaining because we haven't done the, prototyping in here. Okay, so it looks like we're good here. So what we're going to want to do is just the same as if we were forward declaring them. We would say int year in string, make in string model in int miles in. I think all those are correct. Yep. See, now it's feeling a little bit better. Doesn't think we're complete idiots now. And let's come through here, see what we got. We can just copy, paste, copy, paste, and we'll do that to all of these. Here, I'll just pause it so you guys don't have to watch it. Alright guys, welcome back. So as you can see, I'm not sure if I did this before or after I paused, but our variable declarations are up here in private space, and then down here in public space, as you can see, I finished up putting all of our method declarations in here, and then inside of our .cpp file we have, and also using namespace std, I added that up there. And another thing I decided to add in to speed up the process a little bit is the name of our class followed by 2 colons, which is called the scope operator, followed by the name of our method, followed by the definition of it. And you have to have that in front of all of them. So make sure you have that. So now that we have all this done, we can just come in here, say include vehicle.h, and now we can just use that class whenever we want to throughout this file here. So we can say vehicle car, and we'll say a 2015 as usual Ford Mustang, and we'll say it has 30,000 miles. So we can come down here and say car dot print info, save it, run it, and as you can see, works like a charm. So by tucking our class away in other files, we have significantly reduced the clutter in our main file here, and that's good practice to do that, to keep all of your classes organized in their own files, in my opinion anyways. Also, another thing we should probably do here that I didn't remember to do is put in header guards. So we'll say if in def and it's having an issue with that for some reason. Fine, hang on, I'll figure out what's... Alright guys, I may have gotten a little ahead of myself there. So it was just complaining that I didn't have this the value in there. So no big deal. So what a header guard does is prevents you from declaring all of your methods and variables multiple times. And you get this issue when you use inheritance a lot, which we'll be getting into probably in the next video. So that's really all this does. So you need, these are also preprocessor directives here. If and def, define, and then down here you need end if. And that's really all it takes to create a header guard. And you need to try and remember to do that with all of your header files to prevent, multiple declarations, because then your compiler will, throw all sorts of nasty errors. And that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you've seen a few of my videos and really like them, go ahead and subscribe. You can also follow us over on Twitter if you guys have any questions that you'd like to answer at We Are cODeAclysm. And I would like to thank you for watching.